Hey Sneakies, welcome back for some more Warframe on the PlayStation 4. In this episode we'll see the introduction of Captain Vor's prized pistol, the Seer. Now remember to click like if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more in this series. And become a Sneaky today by clicking subscribe so you'll never have to miss another video ever again. I do hope you enjoy. Here we go. And now in the Foundry. So Captain Vor's prized Auric and Grineer hybrid pistol has an average rate of fire, but it has high damage and superior zoom capabilities. So it does sound like it'll be a bit different than most of the secondary weapons we've used so far in the series. Anyways, the blueprint as well as the barrel and receiver are all dropped by Captain Vor in his assassination mission on Mercury. So you just have to keep replaying him and you'll eventually get all the blueprints and components for it. Then the only additional resource that you'll require are 2 Orkin cells, which actually doesn't take all that long to come across. And we'll start the building process now so we can claim it in 12 hours. Now that it's ready to claim, we're just going to grab it and head over to the arsenal so we can check it out. One thing you can definitely say for sure is that it does look very cool. You can tell it has the whole Orkin vibe mixed into it, like the prime weapons. It kind of has some of those rings mixed into it. Now let's just check it out to see if it has any polarity icons by default. So it actually does not, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but you can always change it later with formas, so we can definitely look into that later on. One thing that's a little bit unusual though, look at this. It has 28.3 for the impact, puncture, and slash. I can't remember another weapon I've ever seen that actually has the exact same stats for all 3 of those. So this should definitely work well against every single faction. Now, because Captain Vor happens to be part of the Grineer faction, I want to take his own weapon and use it against them. So I'll be heading back to Mercury. Unfortunately, I'm not going to face him with it because that'd be complete suicide, especially if I'm going solo. He would absolutely annihilate me. So we'll be doing Neruda instead. It's a Sabotage mission, Grineer faction, the levels range from 5 to 6. So let's burn it to him. Infiltrated, here we go.
Your target is the reactor.
Alright, here's our first test. Wow, it zooms in a lot more than other weapons do. That's crazy. Oh, not bad. 2 one-hit kills. Where does this guy think he's going, though? You can't escape your fate, sir. Get back here so I can give it to you. There you are.
You've been seen. Ready your weapon.
Like my weapon isn't always ready, Lotus. Get real, lady.
The reactor will have tight security. Watch out for enemy patrols.
Lotus should just go change her name to Captain Obvious already. Like I haven't seen a ton of enemy patrols since I already got here. Alright, so we gotta mix in the cannon a little bit to help us with crowd control purposes. I have to say though, the Seer isn't too bad so far. I imagine after it levels up, it's actually going to be a really powerful weapon. This is actually a gun that's gotten a lot of hate that I've heard from people. Some people say they love it, it's their favorite pistol. Other people say it's absolute garbage, don't waste any time building it. I mean, compared to other weapons, sure, but in its own right, it's actually fun to use.
The bypass is done. Go.
I think more than anything, the fact that it zooms in so much just makes it even cooler. And then it even has kind of a unique projectile that fires out of it too. Definitely makes it feel different than the other pistols for sure. Let's mess all these guys up. Oh yes! Don't mess with Saryn. Unless you'd like her to ruin your day, in which case feel free. Saryn is another one of those Warframes you really don't see all that often in random games. At least I don't personally. It's actually pretty uncommon. I wouldn't say it's as uncommon as a Trinity or a Banshee. She might actually be like the 3rd rarest one I come across. I'd have to say Trinity's the rarest and then Banshee's the 2nd, then I'd put Saryn above her. Anyways, back to the mission at hand. This happens to be a Sabotage mission. That means we have to locate the power reactor, which actually happens to be right up there. The little yellow icon is indicating where it's located.
Target found. Destroy it.
Just have to activate the little computer terminal like so. Ideally though, you want to clear out the room before you do it, that way you're not as vulnerable to damage. But it's alright because we're still going to dominate them anyway, so why not have a little bit of a challenge mixed in. After all, a challenge is what makes the game truly fun. Okay, now that the power rods are exposed, we just hop up here. A lot of times you'll see people just come up and melee it, although you can't really necessarily hit all of them with your melee weapon. I believe melee weapons can actually get up there if they have a high enough reach stat, but unfortunately my Nakana doesn't have enough mods on it to really help it in that department right now. Where's this last guy? Take that, good sir! I'm just gonna sear the rest of these. Unfortunately, it looks like it's only destroying one at a time. Okay, somebody's sneaking up on me. They're not gonna do enough damage anyway, but let's go pick him off. Where is he? Reveal yourself, incompetent fool.
We've been locked out. Let's override the security.
It's actually ideal if the alarm goes off while you're in this room, because when an alarm goes off, not only can you not leave the room, but the enemies can't enter the room.
Proceed to the extraction point.
So it's actually another strategy you can use if you're being overwhelmed by enemies in different rooms. It actually helps you a lot in boss fights, as a matter of fact. So we'll just hack this to get security back to normal.
Breach complete. We're free to proceed.
And now that the reactor is destroyed, it's compromised, we just have to reach the extraction point, which is indicated by the green icon on the mini-map. I'm gonna try to destroy some more of these guys, though. I'm actually having a lot of fun with this here. I'm looking forward to using it more often in the series later on. Alright, so we have to get rid of this Eximus's snow globe. Take that! Your weak tactics have no place here. Oh, where do you think you're going, bud? Not gonna leave without helping you out. There you go. Help you die, that is. It's funny just listening to all the enemies randomly talk. The only word I can ever make out is Tenno, so yeah. Anyways, generally when the extraction point is revealed, you just want to rush to it. You don't want to sit around fighting the enemies any longer. I know in the past, especially in the previous episodes in the series, I've actually had a habit of doing that, but it's basically just a waste of time, really. The only exception is survival missions where you want to actually stay as long as possible. The extraction point's revealed at the 5-minute mark. You obviously don't want to extract that early.
I'm detecting a large security force heading your way. It's the Grenier.
We'll bring it on. Mess up every last one of them. They don't seem to be coming out. What, are they scared? Oh, here we go. Good night to all three of you. Oh, there's another guy back there too. Oh, there's two of them. They're twins. Anywho, up the stairs again. Now, it's important to always shoot these pesky green rectangles at the tops of these traps. If you run through it, you'll actually lose all of your energy, and that's just not a good time. Gotta pick these fools off before we continue. I know I should just rush to the extraction, but I want to still use the Seer some more. I want to Captain Vor these guys. There's so many of them that everywhere. There we go, that's a nice crowd control ability. Onwards we shall fight. Oh, sliding shot. I always make this mistake. Never go up here. You always want to go down when you reach this point on this tile set. Come on now. Get it together, man. Another trap. You thought you were going to trick me, but you can't quite do it, can ya? At least we know we're reaching the extraction point. Oh, great. An Eximus to deal with. I'll kill him before I leave. Oh, fire, fire. No. Alright, I dodged it. And look at that. Seer went up to level 2. Very nice. Destroy these last 3 guys. Alright, I'll take it. And that is a mission complete.
Job well executed.
And now we've arrived back to our ship. Seer went up to rank 2 just barely, but at least it made it. Got a couple of mods out of it. Quick look at the stats before we finish this off. Overall, the Seer is pretty fun. And that'll do for this episode, Seekies. Thanks for watching. Remember to click like if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more in this series. And also click subscribe to become a Sneaky today. That way you won't have to miss another video ever again. And I'll see you next time for some more Warframe on the PlayStation 4.